Tupie kabla ya baadaye kupatia wanafunzi wetu cheti zao. Kwa kumkaribisha, nataka tufanye ile tuliyofundishwa na mzee Moi. Mnajua ile makofi ile. Haya, moja. Profesa Njoka, asante sana kwa kuwa na sisi leo. Karibu sana. Asante sana kutupia sisi. Thank you.
Asante sana chairman wa shule hii kubwa. God is good and all the time because it is his nature. Because God does not change any time. The chairman of this great college, Mr. Kithinji Kiragu, and the wife, the principal of M College, Margaret Wachira, the deputy governor of M County, His Excellency Jeru, the regional director of education, Lesuda, the DBC, University of Embu, Professor Kotut, the parents, the guardians of these students who have made us to come here today, the invited guests, our dear students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this school, the managers, for inviting me for the second time. I was here, I think, 3 years ago, and I'm delighted to be here again. It means when I was here, I got some sense. Otherwise, Kithinji Kiragu, who was one time my boss, he was the chairman of SCAC, State Corporations Advisory Committee, decided to invite me again. Nitazungumza kwa Kiswahili kidogo, alafu nitarudi kwa speech. Kwanza ningetaka kusema ya kwamba nimefurahishwa sana kwa presentation za wanafunzi. Wanaendelea kusoma na wataendelea na watafanya perfection. Nimeona watu ambao waliimba hapa wamefundishwa kabisa. Na wakati unaona shule ina mambo mengi, sio masomo peke yake, ina maana watu wale wanasoma hapo watatoka na watafanya mambo ya muhimu kwa taifa. Waendelee hivyo. Hapa college hii, apart from learning, wanakuwa educated. Kuna difference between learning and being educated. Hata mnyama anaweza akasoma, anaweza akaiba, akapiga hata saruti. Ng'ombe anaweza akafundishwa. That is learning. Lakini education ni learning plus good conduct. Zamani ninasikia shule zilikuwa zikifundishwa good conduct. Na vile nimeona, tulianza na maombi. Na that is the basis of all good things. Hawa wanafunzi ni watu ambao wanajua religion, wanajua tabia njema. Kwa hivyo ningewasihi wazazi walete wanafunzi wengi kwa shule hii ambayo ina nidhamu kabisa. La pili, ningetaka kusema asante sana kwa Bwana Kithinji Kiragu, kwa sababu yeye alifikiria mambo ya kuanzisha shule hii. Kuanzisha shule sio kitu cha mchezo. Alichukua risk. Alikuwa akifanya kazi na World Bank. Kuna watu ambao walikuwa wakifanya kazi na wao, walipata pesa wakaweka kwa mambo mengine. Wengine hata wakaweka pesa nchi zingine. Lakini yeye akafikiria alete huku ili wanafunzi, ili watoto wasome, kwa sababu he values education. So I would declare him as a hero. He is a great man. He is an innovator. That was innovation. Na kama kuna award kwa nchi hii, anahitaji kupatiwa ile kubwa, kwa sababu alifanya kitu cha maana sana kuleta elimu. Na ninataka kusema ya kwamba kusoma kutoka certificate ni sana. Kuna vice chancellor mmoja wa university za Kenya, hata nikisema ni sawa kwa sababu sio uongo. Vice chancellor wa Egerton University, Professor Monya, alisomea Embu Agricultural Institute, akapata certificate hapo, akaenda Egerton akapata diploma, akaenda Amerika akapata first degree, second na PhD, na akawa professor, na sasa ni vice chancellor. Kwa hivyo masomo yale mnayosoma hapa ni ya muhimu kabisa, na msichukue kama ni mchezo, kwa sababu Bwana Kiragu amejitolea kabisa kuleta the best facilities ili wanafunzi wasome. Kuna university moja ilitajwa hapa, Harvard. Harvard University is a private university and it's one of the best universities in the world. Hata Embu College is a very, very good college. So kila wakati mwe mkifikiria mambo haya. Embu College nimeona na nimekuwa nikichunguza, nikaona ni center of truth, kwa sababu wakati watoto wanachapwa wanaambiwa mambo ya truth, na ni center ya transform wanafunzi. Kwa hivyo muendelee hivyo. Sasa nitaenda kwa speech yangu. Ladies and gentlemen, may I salute all of you on this auspicious occasion of the graduation day. Let me take this opportunity to appreciate all of you for finding time to participate in this important activity. This is a clear indication of how you love education. Kiragu's thinking was to transform people's minds and even the society. I would like to thank the management of this college for inviting me to preside over this fantastic graduation ceremony. This is my second time to be here as a guest. This is due to the cordial relationship between Chuka University and Embu University College. In Chuka University, we value Embu College. There is a time when they were starting and they came to Chuka. Mr. Jaumini was the principal, and they asked us to collaborate on the library. And I allowed them to use our library. Even now, they can come and use it. Then some times back, Embu College gave me a good number of students who joined Chuka University. This is the law of reciprocation. I allowed them to go to the library. At the initial stages, they gave me the students. You are being sharpened to move from good to excellent, and finally become exemplary. You know there is a state of good, excellent, and exemplary. Your appearance here in large numbers is a testimony of the great regard you have for education. Recall that the Bible in Proverbs 4, verses 12 and 13 says, "Nothing will stand your way if you walk wisely, and you will not stumble when you run." Always remember what you have learned. Your education is your life. Therefore, education should be guarded zealously. Participating in this important occasion is fulfilling the will of God. Once again, this is the time of the year when the entire Embu College fraternity comes together to celebrate the culmination of months and the years of hard work of academic pursuit. Graduation ceremony is an occasion that marks the end of an academic milestone and the beginning of another. I say this because I believe that education is a lifelong activity. We live and learn. That is why I always encourage my students to embrace the diploma disease. After learning, you have to endeavor to go to the next step. Graduates from Embu College are thoroughly trained and carefully mentored, prepared and equipped for the job market and other challenges they will meet out there. The quality of graduates have been vindicated by the job market wherever they work. I think you have seen the quality of our graduates from this college. The gentleman who talked here on behalf of alumni, he was very excellent and competent. That is what we would like to have in all of you. It is worth noting that graduates have gone through the various programs that are on offer at this college. The programs are demand-driven and are developed through a painstaking process involving the stakeholders to ensure that they are responsive to Kenyan economic requirements. Now that you have completed your studies, being good leaders, I would like to mention two types of leaders. One is a transformational leader, and another one is transactional. Transformational leaders think of transforming the society, and I think that is where Kidenti Kirango lies. They give voluntary service, they take risks, they think of how other people will benefit from their knowledge. They display integrity. That is what we should have in Kenya. I would like to mention that when the white man came to Kenya, he brought transformational leadership. He moved from Britain and other parts of Europe, came to Kenya, sometimes through the Cape of Good Hope, and they were all dying because they wanted to come and change us. They came and changed us. They transformed us into human beings. Because if they didn't come, I don't know what type of people we could be. Now, they came and brought education. We followed their footsteps out to 1968. After 1968, we turned to be something else. Our schools, our universities started teaching transactional education. And we should move from there. That is why this time, if you ask a student, why are you taking medicine? They will tell you I am taking medicine so that after finishing, I become a doctor. I start waiting for people to treat and get money to buy grovers, buy this and that. That is the wrong type of a human being. Another one will tell you that I'll do another funny thing. I want to get money to challenge other people in politics, which is also wrong. That is a transaction. If you go to some countries, people who defend their missions, they don't do that. Their psychology is not of that nature. They are taught to love other people and to do the right thing. For instance, if you go to Korea and you get a student in a medical school and you ask them, why do you want to be a doctor? They will tell you that I want to be a doctor so that every year I treat 5,000 patients, which is different. I remember in Thika one time, I've been entered to the year of a child. And the child was taken to a doctor. The doctor did not treat that child for 3 days because he said, before you pay, I won't treat this child. That is transaction, which is very wrong. So we should avoid that. The other type of leadership is what I have mentioned as transactional, where people think of money. They think of how to become rich. They don't think of how to uplift the rights of others. And that is very wrong. We should go back to 1968 and to start our transformational agenda. Because in this country we have a lot of needs as a result of our education. Our regional director is here, and I think she is here. We should change and have voluntary service. We should do like what Americans do. Every month, students, everybody is taught to volunteer, to do some service. They say they want to serve the senior citizens. The senior citizens are the old people. But in this country, we don't have such a thing. Let it be there. Now that you have completed your studies, I will teach you world education. I am going to mention something which is not taught anywhere on earth, but I will mention it here. There are 3 types of people. because you are going to become mature people. One is a poor man, the other one is middle class, and the other one is an investor. The poor man, we don't have any poor man, poverty stays in the hand. The poor man keeps money under the bed. Sometimes digs holes and puts money there. That is the poor man. The poor man does not like taking children to school because of the poverty of the mind. So he remains poor. He doesn't spend money to plant trees which can be harvested after 4 years. That is number one. Number two is the middle class. Middle class are people like us. People work with the government and they do other things. This middle class character keeps money in the bank. Even he can keep 1 billion shillings in the bank and start getting interest. Now the problem of this man, if there is inflation in the country and he had 1 billion and it is devalued 1,000 times, that man ends up with only 1 million. 1 million shillings from 1 billion. So we should avoid that. Now, the right person is the investor. The investor, the best investor invests in the human beings. Even the government, the best government invests in education, because that is the most important thing in life. Now, the other one is an investor who invests in business. It's also good. Planting trees. If we all become investors, we become great people. Let us all become investors after school, so that in the future we don't suffer. You will be respected for being honest. Keep the reputation of your family by doing the right thing. Nobody will respect you because of dishonesty. You may cheat people now, but you will be able to do it next time. Mahatma Gandhi said that there are 7 deadly sins that can destroy a human being. I will mention that because it's important. We are running. When I called me in order to teach you something, some of you may be doing it, but I will say the first one is wealth without work. I would like to ask our graduates, the graduates who are going out there, to avoid thinking of getting rich without work. If you don't work, and the Bible says that you will get things out of sweat, you steal and you become a bad person. At this moment in Kenya, everybody is crying because many people have taken government money and the services are not there. We should support the president when he fights people who have wealth and they have never worked. It should never happen. That is a big sin. And if you want to be great, never do that. Then the second one is pleasure without conscience. I won't elaborate on that. I will go to the third one. Knowledge without character. You can have knowledge but you have no character. Now, the people who make bombs, which are killing people, they have some knowledge, but they have no character. As we talk, when our country started, around 1963, we had 3 problems. One was hunger, the other one was diseases, and literacy, education. Then we have another 4 agenda which is very important. We are talking of housing, manufacturing, healthcare, and food security. Now we should use our knowledge to do the right thing. Let us not use knowledge to destroy others. Let us use it for the good of the people. There is something that is forgotten all the time, and that is security. You can have all those things, but if you don't have security, you have nothing. because a very small bomb, which is around, it can weigh 250 grams. Don't take everybody wholeheartedly without thinking. As a student, even as a student, don't be cheated by a man or a woman wholeheartedly. Have respect and then suspect. He also went to number 4, business without ethics. What is this business without ethics? There are some business people who are importing drugs from other countries to come and give them to students. Whenever there is a university or an institution, a businessman goes to Tanzania to buy drugs in order to sell and get money. The users of those drugs become fools.